Hi everybody, I'm back. Not sobbing this time, so whoop, whoop. Things are obviously a little better. I've just been thinking a lot lately, kind of along the same lines as the last video that I recorded, about chronically pouring from an empty cup and how, you deserve to be okay too, and just wanted to expand on that a little. Okay, so some of these videos I might try to talk a little bit softer, and that is because I appreciate ASMR, and I would like to start making those types of videos at some point. If you don't know what it is, then feel free to check it out, but it's not for everybody. I'm more of a visual person. I like the sounds, but I'm very picky. So anyways, at some point you guys might start seeing me try to incorporate some of that into this. So you might start seeing, some kind of like finger movements. You might start seeing like some crystals, some things like that in the background. Anyways, okay. So back to the focus. I was going to restart, but I told myself that I'm going to be authentic in these videos. And even if I say something stupid or I feel like I get off track, because I do that a lot, because I have ADHD, that I will simply continue to talk. And hopefully I will make it back to my original point. Thanks for people who stick around, because we're now 2 minutes in and I haven't really said anything of value. Okay, so those that know me, my background is in psychology and public health. And I've just really been kind of toying with this idea lately of, where does the sense of selflessness come from? Where does the sense of martyrdom come from? And yes, especially as a woman, not to imply anything sexist, but as a woman, there, especially in the United States, there is more pressure to be perfect and to not address your own wants and needs. So, and then I thought to myself, and maybe some people are just like that. Maybe some people are they're just selfless. They just like helping others. Maybe that was me. I agree that there are people who just like helping others. I do think that there are natural helpers who were born, that was their soul's purpose, is to be a helper of some kind. So I do believe that. But being a helper and being selfless are not the same. Because you have to understand, if you are a helper, that you are a person, okay? And so if you like to help people and you are not helping yourself, then you are being an ineffective helper, right? But more than that, for those that are familiar with psychology, there's these three kind of, like branches of the personality. It's kind of a continuum, but we have the id, the ego, and the superego. So the id is primal urges, sex, food, water. It's that voice in your head that tells you to do something you probably shouldn't do. It is what very small children operate on. So the id is the part of your brain that makes sure that you get what you need. And I'll oftentimes also make sure you get what you want. And the superego is it's kind of, it's like the child, and the superego is like the wise person. It's like the fully actualized version of yourself who wants to kind of abandon the humanity of you. The superego wants to stand up and say that, wants to deny your human needs in order to best serve others or best serve in your job, or so forth, so on. So, the superego says, no, it's not about me. It's about everything else. I want to be the best person I can be, and I want to change the world. Also, not a bad thing, right? Like, none of these three are bad. They just have to balance in a certain way. Okay, so ego's in the middle. That's where most of us kind of function at. And the ego tries to mediate. The ego tries to make sure that it gets a little bit of what it needs, and superego gets a little bit of what it needs, and that you can maintain. Okay, so the reason why I bring this up is that for the people that say that they are just naturally selfless people that they don't know how to ask for what they need, I am going to politely and lovingly call bullshit on that, for myself too. That's actually kind of what started this, because I called bullshit on myself, and say that literally can't be true. Okay, I'll tell you why. Because any person watching this is a person. Okay, so that means they had to go through all people things to get here, right? So they had to be conceived, they had to be born, they had to grow. If you're an adult watching this, you were once a child, correct? Yes. Okay. Children are literally, physically, biologically, like, incapable of experiencing any part of their personality that's not the id. Okay, so they have to grow. If I might have to interrupt myself here in a minute. My dog is being terrible, and because I'm not going to edit and stuff, I don't want to have any issues with that. Okay, he's found something else to bother. Anyways, so, once upon a time, your only job was to make sure you got what you wanted and needed, as a child, okay? And so eventually we have to grow out of that, because that is not sustaining, and you can't be a successful adult without learning how to manage your impulsivity and your wants and your needs. And just kind of as a side note, those in like active addiction will also tend to function more at this id level. And again, there's no disrespect for that. People that know me know that I struggled with alcohol for a very long time, and I don't drink anymore. I haven't drank in months, but I would be lying if I said that I didn't still struggle sometimes. So just kind of an explanation for those in active addiction that might kind of help you understand why. Just like a 2-year-old, well, I'm 2-year-olds a little bit older, so okay, like, frame of reference, I have she's awake. I have an 18-month-old baby who is awake now, who's sick. She doesn't know how to do anything but ask me what she needs, right? And so at some point we are teaching her she needs to care about other people. She needs to be invested in other people. She's part of a community. It's not all about her, okay? But there are responsible ways to this. And I'm not gonna go on like a talk about parenting right now, because it's not what this video is about. But geez, okay, I might have to put this on pause and then come back to it. We'll see. Try to finish this up. It's getting a little bit long anyway. Okay, anyways, so you were born knowing how to ask for what you need, okay? You had to be taught to strip that away. Okay, speaking of being born knowing how to ask what you need, my baby needs me, so I'm gonna put this on pause, but then I'm just gonna start it right back up. So if you see like a cut in the video, that's why. I'm gonna stop it and then come back when I get her. Okay, so as you can see, the id got its way, which is perfectly fine. Poor baby's sick. I don't feel good. She's got a little hot water with honey in it. Gotta get some lemon from the store tonight. It's a good, natural way to treat a cough for little ones. Well, it's honey, so little ones that are a year or under shouldn't be consuming that. You want to talk to your doctor about that. But this one is almost 2, so she's fine too. Anyway, yeah, so, going back to the 3 different personality branches, it's kind of a side note, something that I might talk about later on a little bit more, but I almost think that sometimes those id, impulsive, addictive type behaviors that adults show, sometimes those come through because there's been too much time functioning in the superego, okay? So if you remember, the id is like the primal, instinctual, whenever you get confused about an id, think about a child, right? Think about a very young child who hasn't learned, and hasn't really learned like any social skills yet, okay? And think of the superego as perhaps someone that you, I don't know, for whatever reason, I think of like Mother Teresa, right? Which is kind of silly, because I don't even know anything about Mother Teresa. I think that's just like the image that comes, well, I'm a Christian, so, and I think of the super ego too. I think of like Jesus, you know, wanting to always do the right thing. Either one of those, you know, that's among other different types of people that you could choose. So, and again, you may not even look at the super ego as a person. It may just be like your higher self. That's what I'm trying to shift my thinking of, instead of like a person, to my higher self. So anyway, when we spend too much time, you know, hi, do you want to go play? We spend too much time in that super ego space, then she's blowing you guys kisses. We spend too much time in that super ego space, then the id comes out. Okay, so I am so sorry, you guys. I feel like I am just rambling, trying to do this with the baby, and she's crying, and now she's chasing the cat. Oh, Lord. I mean, it is called Hedonist Housewife, so you guys are going to see some house stuff. Like, where I look, I'm going to record with like no makeup on. I'm just going to record the way I look for the day. If I need to stand up to stop my child from getting into something, you will see my couch that has been destroyed. I love you, baby, by our 4 dogs and cat. So anyways, just keeping it real here. So you guys are going to see what you see. Oh, Lord, my ADHD brain does not like tangents, because then I forget what I was going to say. The whole point of the first like 10 minutes of this video is just to tell you that you do naturally, intuitively have, bless you, baby, naturally and intuitively have the ability to ask for what you want. You have the ability to demand what you want and what you need. But demanding is less effective and often more difficult than just asking. So, you know, keep that in mind. If you feel like you are just a naturally selfless person, or even if you don't feel like you're naturally selfless, but you don't know how to ask for what you want and need, or you feel uncomfortable with what you want and need, like, here's kind of the underlying biggest point here is there was an unlearning that had to occur to make you not protect your own self-interest, okay? Rhiannon, come here. Come here. Come here. Do you want to say hi? Come here. Come say hi. Okay. There had to be an unlearning that occurred. Somebody taught you, either directly by specifically saying you're not the only person that matters, which again is true, but we need to be at a certain age and a certain maturity level to not take that you're not the only person that matters mindset and apply it healthily. And sometimes kids are taught too young that they're not the only person that matters, because it is developmentally appropriate for them to be self-centered for a long time. Okay, so that's a way. Certain cultures really encourage that type of selfless behavior. Again, want to kind of make a side note that those cultures that encourage that, not just of women, like American cultures do, but perhaps some more, like, the United States is an individualist culture, perhaps more of like the collectivistic cultures, if you guys are familiar with those two kind of differentiations. Perhaps that selflessness that is taught to those individuals, maybe it's not a bad thing, because it's a cultural like a culture-wide thing. So essentially, it's okay that someone is not focused on themselves, because within their culture, other people are focused on them. Okay. Now, we don't see this much. We don't see this as much with American culture. American culture is completely individualistic. Except for women, of course, women are expected to do it all. So, point being, there was an unlearning that occurred. Okay. Again, family, culturally, it could have been something that was directed towards you. It could have also been something that you picked up accidentally. So for me, I think, as I've done a lot of soul searching about this, I think where mine came from was kind of like an ancestral thing. So, you know, my mom watched her mom be selfless. I watched my mom, I mean, my God, my mom helped anybody and everybody at the expense of herself. She is now very ill, probably at least partially due to giving too much of herself. Hold on a second. Oh, okay. She found her maraca. Sorry. She was making a strange sound somewhere. I couldn't see her. All parents know that's horrifying. So anyway, she says maraca. Yay. So, you know, I watched my mom be so selfless and not take care of her own needs and take care of so many other people's that it's kind of a twofold thing for me. Mwah, I love you. You know, on one side of that, I grew up thinking that, like, you know, that's how women and moms and wives should be. Okay, I love you. Come here. You want to come here? You can come say hi if you want. You want to come here? Okay. Well, what do you want? Do you want to come say hi? Do you want to come say hi? Okay. I'm hoping the majority of people that watch this are women and they're just like laughing. I hope you guys are laughing and not like irritated. Yeah. So, you know, like I said, for me, it was twofold. Watch my mom be so selfless, but then also kind of got this, oh, Lord. I'm so sorry. Hold on. Baby, come here. You want your bow? Look. There you go. I know. Come here. Mwah. Come here, come here, come here. Come here, come here, come here. Come here, come here, come here. Okay. Let's keep trying to go with this. So, again, back to, I'm gonna reference a lot of my schooling in these videos because I want it to be more than just my thoughts. I want to actually provide something of value in terms of like actual education and not just, you know, my thoughts and my opinions. So, you know, there's also in psychology, you know, this positive and, you know, negative reinforcement, right? So, positive, negative reinforcement. Negative reinforcement it's not the same as punishment, okay? So positive reinforcement is giving somebody something that they find appealing. Negative reinforcement is removing something that they find upsetting or, you know, that they don't like. So I think the best example I've ever heard is, you know, obviously positive reinforcement, giving a kid a piece of candy when they go potty. Negative reinforcement would be, you know, taking a couple Tylenol when you have a headache, right? So yes, you're getting something, you're getting the Tylenol, but the Tylenol wasn't necessarily anything you like wanted. It was a bigger reward for you to have your headache go away. Okay, so that's negative reinforcement. So, you know, I was reinforced all through my childhood to be the easy kid. My sister was kind of a nightmare when I was growing up to my mom. And then she had a baby really young, so my mom was taking care of her. And my mom was chasing after my dad. And my mom was just so scattered, you know, that I learned that the easiest way to have a happy mom was to just not eat a whole lot, or not ask for a whole lot, because if I asked for, I probably would have received. However, I don't remember a lot of my childhood, so I don't really know, you know, how that would have been. But with my mom being the kind of person she would have been, or that she was, she probably would have given me things that I would have asked for, in terms of like attention and things that she could provide. So, okay, I guess I'm gonna pause this again so I can get her a snack. All right, give me a minute. Oh no. Hopefully this has been recording. Shoot, okay. Okay, well, hopefully that recorded like the last 10 minutes of this. She's watching a TV show, and again, like I said, I have a hard time focusing, so I will do my best to not get distracted by this TV show. But no, as a kid, like the most important thing to me was to have as much of a, peaceful household as possible. And I kind of learned that the easiest way to do that, I couldn't control other people's actions, but I learned that I could be helpful and that I could do my part by not making it worse. Okay. But that was at the expense of me learning healthy ways to want and need things, how to ask for those things appropriately. So, yeah, I kind of ran out of steam a little bit. This is like the 5th time I've tried to start recording, and if I'm being completely honest, I'm a little irritated. Not with the baby because she's sick, just in general. I'm making a video about not pouring from an empty cup, and about thinking that like you matter and that the things you want and need to do matter. And I literally have not been able to have 30 straight minutes to be able to to give you guys an important message, in my opinion. So anyway, yeah, so I guess I'm probably gonna go ahead and end this soon, because like I said, kind of my energy shifted a little bit. I kind of went from a state of like peace and gratitude to now I'm a little flustered with the dogs, and it's an afternoon, so I'm getting sleepy too. Anyway, bullet point, the last couple things. I hate when people ramble for like an hour and then like they don't tell me what the important pieces were that I should have picked out. Okay, so I'm gonna do that for you guys. Try to anyway. Important pieces. 1, you were born knowing how to ask what you want. Okay, you were born knowing how to demand what you want. You know how to do this. Okay, there was an unlearning too. There was an unlearning of your own wants and needs. Okay, could have been culturally, could have just been, it was just kind of like that fawning behavior. It was just easier. It was just better for everybody, whatever, for like you not need anything. But that process occurred. Okay, so most things, if they can move in one direction, they can move in another. All right, so if you could unlearn, your nose around, baby. If you can unlearn your own needs, then, in theory, right, you could also learn your own needs. So that's what I want to encourage you to do, is instead of just saying, it's how I am, or, I just never really learned how to ask for what I want, take that power back. Take that power back. Don't ask for permission. She asked for permission to interrupt our video 400 times. No, she didn't. She didn't ask for permission. She needed something and she asked for it, and whoop, look at that, she got it. So it's not natural. It is not who you are to be selfless. That's my vape juice. Okay, bad mom club. She just grabbed it. It's fine. Here, look at my pop socket for a second. Just look at that for a second. But yeah, if you can unlearn it, you can relearn it, right? Stop waiting for permission, okay? You not asking for what you need, you not demanding what you need, if you really strip it down to it, it benefits the people around you, okay? Just by sheer load, okay? The people in your life are not going to like demand that you ask for what you need, because it requires more of them, okay? And we all have at least a little bit of motivation inside of ourselves to be selfish. And so, people in your lives, if you're easy, if you are, if it's easy for you to, they think it's easy for you to not need things, they are not going to fight you to speak something else. Okay. So this responsibility and this empowerment, it is solely on you. And I'm sorry that you weren't the one who trained yourself to unlearn selfishness, okay? I know it's not fair that you didn't train yourself to unlearn that, so you shouldn't have to train yourself to learn it, okay? I can acknowledge that's not fair. However, as anyone who's watching this knows, I'm sure, life isn't always fair. It just is what it is. So, you know, I'm an in-game person, right? Okay, cool. Lay it on the table. It's not fair. Whatever, right? Like, what does that mean? Ultimately, you have to be the one that does that work, right? Like, you have to be the one that goes in and that finally says, hey, I'm worthy. Hey, I deserve this. Hey, you know, I deserve to be happy too. And I deserve to have what I want and need too. And I'm a human being and I deserve to have the same respect that you give others, you know? And just know that you're the one who determines your own worth. It's not hard to see, you know, with popular clothing brands and just items like that. I don't know, maybe it was like an April Fool's joke or something, but I know a couple years back there was like a safety pin or something from Tiffany. It was like a $1,600. Like, I don't even think it was real gold. And it was like plated gold or something, but it was a fucking safety pin, right? You can get like 200 of those, not gold plated, okay, but you can get a ton of those. Like, they determine the price, and I guarantee you somebody bought it, okay? So when you are continuing to, you know, scan yourself, and I'm not trying to like make you seem like an item, okay? It's just my brain works better in visuals, so forgive me. As I say, and honey, you know, as I say in one of my other videos, now listen with your heart. So I'm not trying to offend or upset anybody here. Okay, again, woo, out of my brain. I have no idea what I was going to say because I had to bend down and pick something up, so I don't remember what I was going to say now. Hi, baby. But yeah. Pointing fingers, who should manage something, whose fault this is, you know, the reason why you are the way you are, that can be helpful in journaling, meditation, and shadow work, and forgiveness, and things like that. But on a practical level, in a practical sense, you are the one who faces the results of your choices. You are the one who faces the consequences of your life, okay? So what that means is that you are the one that is responsible for your healing. It's not fair, but the sooner, and that probably pisses a lot of people off, because I remember the first time I heard that, and I was like, oh, you know, I didn't ask for this, and I didn't, you know, you didn't. You're right, and it sucks. I mean, it's like there's so many worse words than sucks, but like, it sucks. You didn't ask for it. It's not your fault. But now you are saddled with that burden of unveiling, okay? You know, you didn't ask for, you know, to be covered in all of this mess, okay? But now, unfortunately, you have to be the one to peel the pieces away. You don't have to, I mean, you don't have to do it. You don't have to do it. The work is, that's your choice. But you're the one who lives in your own reality. So the sooner that you accept that you do have, I don't even like responsibility, because I feel like when I say that, it makes people think, okay, well, you know, how do you think I'm not taking responsibility? So I don't even really like that word that much. You know, yeah, you have the responsibility, but more than anything, you have the empowerment. People will get as big as you will allow them to be in your life, okay? People will take as much as they can. It is just human nature. It just is. Give unconditionally to things that need it, like this little one right here. Yeah, give unconditionally to her. Not only because she's my daughter, but I would do it for any baby, because they're a baby, they're a child. This is what they need and what they deserve. Bless you. Oh, bless you at this point in their lives. Ready? I'm sorry, baby. 1, 2. I know. Oh, sick little yucky nose. I know. I'm so sorry. There you go, sweetheart. Just be mindful of that, and just know that if you, just like a child, okay, it doesn't matter, the narcissist, this, that, they will respond to a child eventually. Reason being, if nothing else, even if they don't care about you, they are going to want the piece of you stopping bothering for what you need, okay? So yeah, if you are not getting what you need to ask for it. And if you're asking for it and not getting it, you need to ask harder. People in your life should just be supportive and they should just help you. But that's not the reality for most people. And I'm not one of those people that says, oh, people don't support you. You know, if it doesn't serve you, cut it out of your life. I don't subscribe to that. I just don't. I think people, places, things, and events were put in our lives for a reason. And I think that, okay, I've already gone way too long. I will make another video about any of that if you guys are interested. But yes, you're not the cause. It's not your fault that you don't know how to ask for what you want. But it is if you want a better life, you have to step into your power and stop that. And that might mean you have to fake it for a little bit, okay? But just try it. Yeah, just try it. Try it out. It's like a snowball, you know? To ask for what I want, I had to start with something small. You know, my husband would go in the kitchen to get himself some water, you know. Oh, hey, babe, you know, do you mind getting me a glass of water? Hated asking for it because why do I need to ask him for it? I'm capable of doing it, okay? But he got it for me. And I was like, oh, people, you know, people are responsive to my needs, you know, because a lot of the time it is more of our own perception of what people will be willing to do for us because of our own sense of self-worth that limits us more than that person's behavior. Okay? So I'm going to end there so that I don't have to end later with a ramble. Oh, that's right. I was going to pull a couple cards. Hold on. Okay. All right. So, I had two decks here that I was going to pull from, but I'm not like in the same mental space as I was earlier. So I'm not going to pull from the Oracle. It's just kind of like tarot, but it's more interpretive. And I think that for people who are afraid of tarot, you know, or think that it's like dark arts or something like that, I think the Oracle deck is a great kind of stand between because it still gives you some food for thought that might inspire some action or some something, but you're not like, I don't know, you're not like playing in that world or whatever. So I grew up in a really, really weird, it was like I grew up in a Southern Baptist house, but the family was super dysfunctional. So when I say that, I don't want you to think that like, you know, we were super like strict or devout or anything like that. But I want to always try to be mindful and cognizant and respectful of anyone's, you know, feelings, emotions, religions, etc. So instead of doing that, I am just going to pull from our self-care deck. Got it off Amazon. Okay. And so this is pretty straightforward. It's not tarot. It's not an oracle. It's not, honey, come on. We are almost done. Stop. Do you want to play with the bag? It's soft. No, these are mommy's. Mommy's using these right now. Okay. You can play with the bag. Okay. Well, that's not what we're doing. All right. So then I'm going to close my eyes and pull one of these. Okay. Oh, okay. We got a reflection card. And it says, I lied and said I was busy. I was busy, but not in a way most people understand. I was busy taking deeper breaths. I was busy silencing irrational thoughts. Yep, here we go. This is why I love doing this. I was busy silencing irrational thoughts. I was busy calming a racing heart. I was busy telling myself I am okay. It's okay to take time for yourself every day. What is your favorite way to practice self-care on a regular basis, and why is it your favorite? So I know, I don't know if it's gonna be, might be backwards. Hopefully, I don't know. I like to take screenshots of videos when they do stuff like that. Honey, I like to take screenshots of videos when they do stuff like this. So hopefully you can do that. Yeah. Okay. If not, then sorry. But yeah, so perfect card, right? I mean, the whole deck's about self-care, but Rihanna, you have dropped like, oh. But just that quote, you know, about being busy. Like I've been telling my friends and my family that for a long time now. Like it's not even that I'm busy. I feel like all my pieces are like everywhere, and I'm just like, they're just scattered, and I'm just trying to like bring them together and feel whole and grounded, you know, before I start jumping into a lot of like social obligations again. So there we go. Yeah. So Biden said I was busy, but not in a way that most people understand. Yeah. Busy taking care of yourself. Okay. So get busy today. Okay. Get busy taking care of yourself. I hope that you work on that reflection. I hope that this was helpful, or if not helpful, that maybe it was kind of like reality TV and you got to see some real life, you know, mom mess, I guess. But yeah, I will see you guys next time. Feel free to leave any, want to like, comment, subscribe, share, whatever. My hope is that this page becomes something someday, because I really want to help people. So if you guys want to help me out with that mission, that would be awesome. If you want to leave any feedback or comments or anything that, you know, you'd like for me to touch on or discuss, I'd be happy to. So yeah. All right. Well, okay. I picked up my lovely mess that my darling daughter threw everywhere. I'm just joking. I love her to pieces. Bless you. Bless you. Just toddler dumb it is not for the faint of heart. But she's great. Okay. All right. Bye guys. See you later.